Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Cavazos. Yeah, I'm Anthony.
I'm Casey.
And today we're on episode 3 of Death Note.
So last episode we were introduced to the character of L, who was like going against the character Light, which interesting enough, they are both like L. You know, like L letter or whatever. So it's like they're two sides of the same coin. Like they both want to kill each other, but like they both think they're doing it for justice. But like one's like trying to convict the other, and the other thinks that like their crimes are like good, and it's like this whole weird thing, and it's like messes with your mind because you don't know like what's right or wrong.
It really does make you think. Like I'm having a having a difficult time trying to figure out who am I supposed to be rooting for,
or like does he deserve to die? Who are you to say that he deserves to die? Did the criminals deserve to die?
Yeah, and then the whole aspect of just having just this god of death like just hovering over your shoulder in Ryuk. He's just there, just like
getting a crack out of it.
It really is, he's really just seems like he's just like, watching it unfold. Like he's so bored in his world where they just make fun of him for killing people, apparently, that he just has to go out here and like, just see how the world works when he like messes with it.
All right, well, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you can stay notified for all of our future videos.
And if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more, head over to our Patreon where we have full-length reactions as well as other exclusive content. The link is down in the description below.
Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this episode.
Concerning L's request that we investigate the time of death for each victim, we found that all of them occurred between the hours of 4 p.m. and 2 a.m. on weekdays.
After school.
In particular, I want to know if photos of the victims were made available to the public in Japan.
What if
gonna make the connection about the...
Yeah. Oh, sounds like Dad's home. Welcome home,
We haven't seen his dad.
Why don't you at least try the last problem by
I wonder
yourself?
if they don't have a good relationship.
Hey, glad you could join us for
Is that
dinner.
his dad?
You hungry, Dad?
Yeah.
Oh! Interesting. Woo! Plot twist.
It's easy for me to hack into Dad's computer on a home network so I can copy the files I need without leaving a trace. This way I can keep track of their investigation.
So I feel like there's going to be a way to track that, though.
Looks like the police are already beginning to suspect a student.
I guess that means you're in trouble.
You could change it up. Start killing people during the week.
Looks like I'll be able to provide you with more entertainment now.
Okay, so he could change up the details of when they're gonna die. Okay. But I mean, I feel like the deed is done. It's already kind of drawn suspicion to you or to students.
Yeah.
So now you have down to Japan, this city, and students.
He's still giving people heart attacks,
Yeah.
though.
I feel like that's the thing I would change up. Like, stop giving him heart attacks.
Give him like a stroke or
Or
something.
like make him have like accidents or something like... I mean, we're like contemplating like different ways to kill people here.
He's killing one off every hour on the hour.
Considering that this new pattern has been going on for 2 weekdays,
it does punch some holes in the theory that our suspect is a student.
You're missing the point.
He did it after.
It does appear less likely now that Kira is a student.
Okay.
But that's not the message he's sending by doing this. Ask yourselves, why every hour? And why are all these victims in prisons where they are sure to be discovered immediately? I believe Kira is telling us that not only can he kill from a distance, but he can also determine the time of death.
Oh my gosh, this guy's good.
But something's not right. As soon as we began to suspect that Kira might be a student, the pacing of the killings changed, as if to contradict that theory.
He's gonna freaking figure it out.
Kira has access to police information.
My gosh, he's so good.
I'd say L is probably starting to sweat a little by now.
Nope.
What'll really make his job difficult is that I've deliberately left about 50 criminals alive for times like this.
I left 50 criminals alive for times like this.
Way to just use people.
What is he hoping to achieve in the end?
Showing them you have connections to the police makes it easier for them to find you than when they just suspected you were a student.
Well, my real agenda is to get close to L so I can eliminate him. What's especially important is that L and the investigators don't trust each other at all. When L discovers that I'm somehow getting confidential information, he'll be obligated to start investigating the police to find the source of the leak.
Turn him against them.
Matter of time before the police start resenting L.
Damn, he's playing the long game.
I'm not the one who's going to find out. I can let the police do that for me. And when they do, that's when I'll eliminate him.
Seems like a dangerous game, though. I would not be playing with it like that.
with all due respect, Chief, we're resigning.
Oh.
We demand that you assign us to a different case. Otherwise, you can have our badges right here and now.
Why?
It's because we value our lives, sir.
If what El says is true, Kira has some ESP-like power that somehow allows him to kill people indirectly.
Well, if I were Kira, sir, I'd probably want to try and get rid of the people who were trying to catch me.
But then again, El never had to show his face or reveal his name, for that matter.
Quadratic equations. We have to start thinking of...
He's not even questioning why he walked through the window.
Uh-oh.
There are 141 people in the police force who have access to classified information regarding the investigation. We will find our suspect.
I'm here because I have to stick around till the death note is finished, or I see you die, whichever comes first.
Oh.
But make no mistake, Light, I'm not on your side or El's side. You'll never hear me say anything about whether what you're doing is right or wrong. I'm not here to support you or give you my opinion. I'm just a spectator. The only reason I'm going to tell you this is because personally it's starting to creep me out. You're being followed by another human. He's watching you right now.
It's starting to creep me out, that's why.
It's really starting to get on my nerves. I realize there's no way he can see me. But because I'm always following behind you wherever you go, I feel like I'm constantly being watched. We are able to take human lifespans for ourselves.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean by that?
Let's say you have a human who is due to live until the age of 60, and a god of death wrote that this person would die at 40. 60 minus 40 equals 20. Now those 20 years taken from someone in the human world are added to that god of death's life.
Oh.
Means that as long as we don't slack off, even if someone was to shoot us in the head, or stab us in the heart with a knife, a god of death cannot die. On the other hand, no matter how many names you write in your death note, your lifespan will not increase.
Okay.
Shinigami can tell what a person's name is by just looking at their face. We know instantly. Through a Shinigami's eyes, a human's name can be seen above their head. Not only that, we see their lifespan as well.
Oh.
That's right. I'm able to see your name and lifespan right now. If I converted that to human time, I could tell you how many years you've got left. But there's no way I'd ever tell you that.
That's weird.
Our eyes just aren't the same, and that is the difference between you and I.
So they have a reason.
However, if a Shinigami drops his death note and a human picks it up, he can grant that human the eyes of a Shinigami.
Oh.
But only if a deal is made. It's half of that person's remaining lifespan. That's all it is.
Oh. But he doesn't know how much it is.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah.
If I had that power, the death note would only be easier to
But
use.
will he have like those big ass red eyes?
What if he
I
only
feel like
has
this is
like
like a
2
trick.
years left or something?
What the hell is this? Ah, shit.
I bet he doesn't have much life left.
That's an interesting
Yeah, it just keeps
dynamic,
getting more and more interesting. The
It keeps
story.
throwing monkey wrenches in there. Obviously, we found out here that Light is obviously the son of the police chief. I'm guessing he's the police chief there. That is a whole monkey wrench that I was not anticipating. I feel like he is going to end up giving half of his life to get those eyes.
I feel like he's like so power hungry and he's like so in it right now. Like he's just gonna do it, but he doesn't know how much life he has left.
Yeah. You know, it's a weird concept. Like the whole, like, you know, take half the life, and that's the reason why. So, like, you know, if I want to kill you in 20 years, but you have 40 years left, I want those extra 20 years type of thing.
It gives those gods of death, the Shinigami, like, I don't want to say like a motive, but like you like can see their reasoning behind it, and then it's like a human, they're just doing it because off of their own judgment, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it shows the parallels between the two.
Another thing that I took from this episode is that L is a fucking badass. Like, he can put together all this shit very, very quickly. And, you know, I kind of mentioned about in the last episode him kind of mimicking, like, Sherlock Holmes. I feel like he is, like, a modern-day kind of Sherlock Holmes in his analysis and being able to figure out all these little details by the smallest little things. And, you know, I just don't think Light is as, like, bright as he think he is. He's very smart. Like, I'm not trying to say that he's not, but, like, you know, he has this plan orchestrated, like, oh, I'm going to turn the police against L. Like, I feel like that's a dangerous game to be playing. I would not want to be, like, you know, pushing them into my direction in hopes that they're going to take out the person that I want them to take out. I feel like a lot of things have to go right for that plan to actually work.
I think that Light is still very, like, young, and he's naive. You know, he's a smart kid, but he's still naive, and he's, like, very power-hungry, and this just kind of plopped into his lap, and here he is.
No, Elle said that, too, like, in the briefing at the beginning of the episode, too, that, you know, this kind of mimics that of, like, you know, that justice that's perceived that of the child, like, oh yeah, these are bad people, so I'm just gonna take them out, type of thing. Not really thinking about, like, the maturity aspect of like, what does that really mean to take somebody's life. All right, well, if you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell so you can stay notified for all our future videos.
And also, we do have full-length reactions, exclusive content, things like that over on our Patreon, and the link is down in the description below.
All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye.